Yes,
Now
yes.
this is something very interesting.
I mean, I would love to welcome a person like you on this show. My name is Ali Shahanshah. I'm from the Zena family,
Please,
and
please.
I've been with them for past 4 5 years, and
Oh,
it's a privilege again to have such luminaries like you and Brinda
my
and
pleasure.
uh, and I think Sangeeta. I've not met her. She's
Okay.
coming in gradually, and
Huh.
the whole purpose is to meet, talk, and move ahead and
Yes.
know more about each other because learning never ceases. Learning never ends.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
it's it's like a river, huh? Oh, what you call the Bay of Bengal. It merges oceans and rivers to it. Okay. One thing, Calcutta has. I've had very happy memories of Calcutta. Also, I was in Bengal for 1 or 2 years in the tea gardens and the tea tasting. It was nice. I like the. I mean, I miss it now. And,
Okay.
uh, it has a lot of culture and character, which uh,
Yes.
which you don't get in Delhi.
No,
Uh, okay,
if you allow me to come in now,
please.
it's like, well, Calcutta, we talk about it ahead.
Yeah.
But when you mentioned that, okay, Delhi, but Delhi, the part of Delhi that excites me most
Uh-huh.
is, of course, the Lutyens Delhi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
that's one. Lutyens Delhi is one.
Mhm.
But beyond that, uh,
Zaika.
when you cross the Delhi gate and you enter Daryaganj,
The walled
and
city.
then
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
go down up to civil lines.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the area beyond Daryaganj up to civil lines. That is the area
Uh-huh.
where the charm is. Where the charm is.
Yes.
वो जो दिल्ली की अदब और तहजीब, that
Zaika bhi.
that in few corners it still exists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the Delhi beyond Ring Road. I don't like South Delhi as in South Delhi. I mean the Delhi beyond Ring Road, the glitz and the glamour and fast cars and whatnot, easy matters.
No. 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 No.
That's not the Delhi I like.
No. No.
But if you look at Delhi, its original people, the
Yes.
people who used to reside in that part of the city,
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. There are
Yeah.
remnants. There are remnants.
Mm.
But then that's about it. But then that's about how a city evolves and how a city moves on and how a city impacts you. Now there
Mm-hmm.
was this, years back, I read this book. It was by this author called Alexander Durrell. His brother Gerald Durrell is a wildlife. He's into wildlife. He writes about
Okay.
that. Alexander Durrell. He wrote a book on this place in Egypt called Alexandria. Okay, he wrote about the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quartet. It's known as the Alexandria. Oh, sorry, it's Lawrence Durrell. The book is Alexandria Quartet.
Mukhali
So
chulas.
it's about how a city impacts you. So a
Mm-hmm.
city basically is a city that actually develops your
Mm-hmm.
sensibility and your
It does. It does.
sensitivity. It is a city where you live in. So
Mm-hmm.
going by that, when I grew up in Calcutta, whatever I could gather in
Mm-hmm.
terms of being a sensible human being, in terms
Mm-hmm.
of a sensitive human being,
Mm-hmm.
something I owe it to that place.
Mm-hmm.
And that has something which has gone a long way in the way I am, with all of what I have won, what I have lost, what I had loved, what I had to give up on. But that's what the city has made me out to be. Now coming to what we are to talk about and
Mm-hmm.
discuss and share as with you.
No,
Of
I
course,
would. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I would ask you to please do come in and do come in and poke me, provoke me into what I need
No, no.
to.
What you've done, what you've said is, as you say, sola ana such.
Hmm.
I'll use that old. you know,
Yes.
like
Yes.
with Solana. It's absolutely, Calcutta was the old capital. It has
Yes.
it has a culture which, yes, old Delhi is different,
Yes.
and Lutyens Delhi is different. It's beyond that. There's a lot of character and a lot of now it's changing. Of course, it's changing.
It
Things are
is.
changing,
It
but
is.
yes, the buildings, the sights, the sounds, the smells.
Yes.
There you can still imbibe them there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Now with the metro, I was
Ah,
in Calcutta when the metro was being built. It was
that
89,
was in the 70s. I mean, late
89.
70s. Yeah.
Yes, let's 79, 80. And I remember accommodation was a problem in Alipur and this and that. So I said, I want to stay somewhere very close by. You know where I got accommodation? Uh, Taltala.
Tal Tala. Oh my God. That's in central Calcutta. I mean, it's
SN
so
Banerjee Road. SN Banerjee Road.
uh,
I didn't know what it was. It was the YWCA, YMCA.
YMCA Tal Tala. Oh, I'm
YM,
familiar with that. Yeah.
YMCA.
YMCA Tal
Right
Tala.
bang opposite Lotus Cinema.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that these characters, the buildings and their characteristics, plus the buildings near
Uh,
Chorongi behind that metro,
yeah.
they add a lot of life and sort of
There was a lot of life in the place that you were there in
mm,
YMCA opposite to Lotus.
yes,
During those days in the 70s, I'm talking about, in the
yes,
70s in Lotus,
hmm
there was this film that was being screened, and the name of the film was Dharamveer. Okay.
yeah,
And and we used to bunk and we used to take a tram from Baliganj,
hmm
and we used to land up there on the crossing. From there, we turn right and bang
hmm
on. There's Lotus,
hmm
and we used to watch that movie, come back home before school closing, right on time.
hmm
And that area had a lot of life. I mean, the place where you were there at that point in time,
yes.
it
And
was lovely, lovely. I
I
mean,
think you're missing one thing.
there was a crowd. There used to
The
be a
crowd,
crowd.
oh, crowd used to be tumultuous, and then the
Ah,
moment a song which took their fancy, was being played, and it came
ah,
on the scene, there was a jangling of money being thrown
ah,
into the air.
yes.
That was a trend.
5 paisa, 10 paisa, 25 paisa, 50 paisa. You grab what you want to.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
tickets were cheap. 1 rupee, 2 rupees,
Hmm.
yeah,
70, I think 75 paisa also, 80 paisa.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It
Hmm.
was yeah, you are right. It was 75. Then it went up to that. Yeah.
And then 3 rupees in the balcony.
Ah,
Bada
three
sahab,
rupees
Ah.
in
bada
the
sahab, bada sahab. Huh?
bada sahab. 3 rupees
And
used to be
and
the
I
balcony.
think in that metro on Chorangi, you
Ah,
could have watch the movie and have your drink also.
yeah. The best thing about those movie halls, whether it
Yes.
is on Lighthouse or New Empire or Globe, there
Yes,
used
yes,
to be
yes.
a bar.
Globe, yeah.
There used to be a bar. So during the
Yeah.
interval, you can slip out, have your drink, go back and watch the movie.
Yes.
And it was all very decent.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely decent.
Mm.
You simply go out, have a drink, come back, watch the movie, and
Yeah.
you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Those I mean, it was like nowadays you have all these multiplexes where people walk in,
No
but
charm.
none of those charms.
No charm at all.
There's no
It's
charm
so
at all.
boring. It's so boring. No sound, nothing. People are just sitting, watching popcorn. What are they watching? And they walk out silently, no response. That's the kind of the feel that you have in a multiplex.
And I don't know how many of them understand the language, whether it's English or this thing. They just
Hmm.
come for the ambience and for the to be there seen to be seen there
Hmm.
properly.
Hmm. Hmm.
Happening place.
Absolutely.
In Calcutta, you don't have such. हम लोग कहीं पे भी चले जाते थे.
No, no. So, well, now let's come
Okay,
down
okay.
to
Let's get back to normal, please. Uh,
what 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 we, what we would have to,
The agenda.
move things forward and talk about.
No, we've got to take the jhanda forward now.
So you see, uh, look, the way I look at it, life as such,
Uh-huh.
uh, it must have a purpose. Okay,
It is.
it must have a purpose. So now, when you grow up and you step out from your
Mm-hmm.
home into
Mm-hmm.
your school, and then you go through the rigors, you go through the norms, you go through the routine,
Mm-hmm.
then slowly you get back into a kind of a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, I needn't do this. So there is that, you know, that morals come in, so called, rules come in.
Mm-hmm.
They come and they try to, define you,
Mm-hmm.
the path that you should follow. Fine,
Mm-hmm.
everything can't be debated, but at
Mm-hmm.
that stage you
Mm-hmm.
follow a kind of a path,
Mm-hmm.
and you reach middle school. By then you realize that, okay, fine, uh, what am I going to do, or what am I going to be? In middle
Yeah.
school you realize that, okay, I love games,
Yes. Yes.
I love to paint,
Mm-hmm.
I love theater, I like to sing a song. That's when, things start growing upon you. Now, how do you go about? That is the that is the place and the point when
Mm-hmm.
home matters, your neighborhood matters, your teachers, your school matters. If you're not caught and you're not taken up
Mm-hmm.
and groomed likewise, you get lost.
Mm-hmm.
You get lost, and then later on, much later in life, it gets back to you. It comes around. Whatever goes around comes around. It comes around back to you. But let's not get into that. What I'm saying is, so a purpose. So what was that purpose when we were growing up, when we were in middle school and up after that into high school? The purpose was that, okay, you you be an engineer, or you be a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
or you be a chartered accountant,
Yeah.
or you study hard and be an IS officer,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So that was what was set, and that was what we were asked to pursue. And mind you, those days, information was there was lack of information floating around.
Mm-hmm.
Information be in the libraries and the books.
Mm-hmm.
Information never used to float around that you can catch and you can latch on to and you can compare and you can decide upon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it was in debt. So you had to search around, you had to go to the libraries, you had to talk to people,
Mm.
you had to talk to your seniors, you had to gather. That's how you used to be. And like most, a huge number of them, whether they actually wanted to be engineers, they became engineers. Whether they actually wanted to be doctors, they became doctors. Quite a good number of them ended up being so. Now, I'll. This is where hobbies and interests, because you know you have a purpose in life. Fine. How do you sustain that purpose? How do you make it
Mm-hmm.
interesting? You want to be an engineer. You want to be a doctor. You want to be so and so,
Mm-hmm.
whosoever you wish to be. But how do you sustain in the process to be someone? This is where your interest, your hobbies, your pastimes, your extracurricular, they come in. They are something that they complement, they console, and they take care of you at times when you're down and out. These are the things to fall back on. Here, I would like to give you a few examples. When I grew up there, as I mentioned about Calcutta. Are you there? Ah, hello. Are you there?
Ali, let me see. Sangeeta Borthakur has joined,
हाँ हाँ
but उन्हीं तो नहीं, उन्हीं बोले to is gone.
he's gone.
He's not there. And connectivity চলে গেছে হয়তো.
Okay, okay. Let's wait for him
Yeah, yeah.
because he has to be there.
Hmm.
Otherwise, um,
Because he's the one who.
yeah. So he has to
Uh,
be there. So let's wait. Let's see.
hmm.
I mean, I can't carry on without him.
I know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think if you have his number, একটা নাম্বার থেকে একটা ফোনে থেকে কল করে নিন আপনি.
yeah. Let me
I
call him
think
up.
you do that only.
Let me call him up.
Call him up because he's not in the conversation.
Okay, let me call him up.
He's joined back. He's
He's
joined
done.
back. Joined back.
We lost you in between. Are you back?
Well, we are having a lot of power cuts, instant power cuts, and
That is
that's why
so.
Oh.
I have joined on the phone. I come.
But are you
Yeah,
back? You're back?
I'm back, sir. I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, great. So what I was saying, how hobbies impact you.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you an example about, you know, mm, I'll give you an example.
Mhm.
Like in music, I've been deeply associated with music. So when I grew up there in Calcutta, I've been very much associated music, serious music, and with gharanas. Okay, so there's this in classical music. There's this Imdad Khani gharana. Okay,
Mhm.
so this Imdad Khani gharana is Imdad Khan, Ustad Inayat Khan, Ustad Vilayat Khan, and Ustad Imrat Khan, and that's how I grew up with their sons, and we were like almost like siblings. I mean, the way we grew up, it was like family. Now that in Imdad Khani Gharana, one of the biggest names who is still around and performing is Pandit Buddhaditya Mukherjee. Okay, he's based out of uh, Bhilai. Now he is relocated.
Mhm.
Interesting part is that he's an engineer.
Oh
He's a
my.
mechanical engineer. He was
Hmm.
working with Steel Authority of India. No one knows about him as an engineer working in Steel Authority. People know him as Pandit Buddhaditya Mukherjee.
Yeah. Wow.
That's how hobbies can take you up and move
Hmm.
much beyond what you are and what you have pursued.
Mhm.
So hobbies, they do come in, they mean a lot.
Mhm.
It's your pastime, your hobbies that actually groom you, that actually let you look at the world
Mhm.
the way
Hmm.
it should be.
Yeah.
It's so they are as important as your curriculum. So I would rather not use the word extracurricular. I would say co-curricular, because
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's the word. Because you see, you have a curriculum, you have a co-curriculum.
Mhm.
It is not extra. It is
Mhm.
something that complements. So it
Hmm.
is it is a kind of a holistic thing.
Mhm.
So it's about, you may be good at games. Okay, fine.
Mhm.
Now, even on that front, even
Mhm.
on that, there are I can rattle off here. Why not? I mean,
Mhm.
one of the biggest names in from Hollywood. Okay,
Mhm.
there was this legendary actor Omar Sharif.
Yes. Yes.
When Omar Sharif was asked, he
Mhm.
said, "Sorry,
Mhm.
I am by profession, I'm a bridge player. Acting is my passion." But does anyone know him as a bridge player?
No.
Nobody. People know him as Omar Sharif, the actor.
Yes.
So, I mean, I can rattle off. I mean, there are a number of examples. So, end of the day, whosoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you may be pursuing a career in just about anything beyond the cosmos. You
Mhm.
may be pursuing a career deep down in the earth, digging up the earth, the ocean, doing
Mhm.
whatever. You may be pursuing a career
Mhm.
into, you know, all the nitty gritties of economics, micro, macro, whatever, those
Mhm.
fancy words. I've been through all of that. But
Mhm.
if by any chance, if you do not have anything to sustain you,
Yes.
you would be in a situation. If you happen to, I'm sorry, I mean, I beg your pardon, but if you happen to go through the Times of India every month, once
Yes.
a month in the Times of India,
Mm.
there is this gentleman by the name of Abhijit Banerjee, who was the
Mhm.
last Nobel laureate in economics
Yes.
from India. He was from
Yeah.
my school. We
Okay.
were we were benchmates from our school in
Okay.
Calcutta, South Point.
Okay.
He, of all people, a
Uh,
Nobel laureate in economics,
okay.
he has a page on Times of India on food. Can you imagine that? He doesn't write about economics. He writes about food.
Lovely. That's his
Yes.
passion. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, so how can you ignore? How can you ignore about this wonderful thing
Mm.
called hobby and pastime that you should inculcate?
Mhm.
And hobbies and pastime
Mhm.
temper you. They make you accept. They make
Yes.
you accept things. As in sports,
Uh-huh.
whether you win or lose,
Uh-huh.
they make you accept. It's a great
Yes.
level. It's a great
Yes.
level.
Yes. Yes.
Accept. And people without any passion, without any hobby, they, I mean, I don't have a word for them.
Mm-hmm.
Have a word for them. They end up in a situation where it gets to be very difficult, not for themselves, even for people around to help them accept them.
Now, I want to ask you something. Coming to the lighter vein of things, can I
Please,
ask you, please, if you don't mind?
please. No, not at all.
You are an engineer, but
I'm
I've
not a
worked with.
I'm a management graduate. I'm not an engineer. I'm a
I see you're
management
an.
graduate.
Okay,
Ah,
so you didn't do engineering, sensible thing.
I'm I'm a management graduate.
Okay, so you manage people, you manage finances, you manage things, huh? You're
Right.
clinical, huh? But having worked with engineers, huh, I felt that in each engineer there was an
Uh,
artist. Each engineer there was an
correct.
artist,
Correct.
and every artist like me, I had an engineer in me, which was
Correct.
a latent quality.
It is.
I,
I
I
could have.
didn't study engineering, but by default, having worked with the Chinese engineers, I had to
Hmm,
become an engineer,
I
speaking their
couldn't.
language.
Agree more. I couldn't agree more.
Uh, and then I felt I used to ask these engineers, please don't mind. Huh? I said, uh, तुम लोग आर्टिस्ट तो हो नहीं मगर तुमने पिक्चर देखते हो सब चीज देखते हो हाउ डू यू से हाउ डू कैन यू फॉल इन लव एंड से आई लव यू हाँ दिस engineers I should सर क्या बोलते हैं सर क्या बोलते हैं ऐसे क्यों 25 साल का हो गया रे हाँ अभी तुमको अकल नहीं आया नहीं सर अभी तो करियर बनाएगा मैंने कहा ठीक है करियर बनाओ so this is what happens to the engineers they get
Yeah.
restricted to those machines and
Uh,
eventually they start treating everybody into that that parameter that temperature that pressure this ऐसे चलेगा भाई हाँ so I saw these changes and I felt quite I had to change myself. I must. But you are from the management. You are everything is facts and this and that and performance. Apna आगे चलो. Hmm. But again, you are pursuing a passion like cooking.
yeah, the
Like
same thing happened to me. I spent years in marketing, hardware, system
Mhm,
integration, networking, you call it, and I spent years on that,
mhm,
burning my back and rubbing my back on the sand and doing this, meeting up deadlines, targets. But then finally, I had to take a call and I had to say that fine, I've been there, done that,
mhm.
and now I need to go back, take a turn, and go back to what I love doing. So my
Yeah.
first love, of course, my first love is about food. It excites me,
Yes.
and travel because I love
Yes.
meeting people.
Oh,
I
ha, ha,
love
ha.
meeting people. I love to go out, touch everyone as much as I can. I mean, I don't go by colors. I don't go by
Mhm, mhm.
anything. I simply wish to go out, touch, hug people around. So these are the things that actually, you know, push me and to go ahead. Not that I have not lost out on things, but that is something very small in the bargain, in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say that, well, I'm back again where my passion has overtaken
Mm-hmm.
whatever I had been groomed and
Mm-hmm.
on whatever I had performed as was my profession. But uh, it's my passion that has overtaken me, and I feel very contented. Yes, you win some, you lose some. That's part of the game.
Can I
No
ask you
regret.
a question? Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Do you find time to eat jhalmuri at times?
Oh,
Street
will you
food, street
allow me
food.
to confess? Will you allow me to confess?
Yes, yes, yes.
Every evening,
Uh,
evening, every evening, it's
uh,
a, well, let me be candid. Every
uh,
evening, it's a bowl of jhalmuri
uh,
and my old monk.
oh, that, that's a,
That's about it. Very, very much Calcutta. My jhalmuri has to be there in the evening, and I need to lubricate my throat. And
yes, yes.
that's the time when I come out with old Rafi numbers.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
In
You see that? You see, this is
I'm coming to yet another
US.
subject.
Yes,
I'm coming
tell me.
to yet another. The thing is that you know when you listen to songs,
Yeah,
like a friend of mine asked me that what's your favorite? I said, yaar, kuch nahi. Rafi singing for Devanand. Just,
ha,
just listen to those songs.
mhm,
Just listen to those songs that Rafi sang for Devanand. Just
mhm.
listen to the songs.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. That's what I do. And then from Rafi, I moved to Kishore Kumar. By then, I'm three pegs down and I stop. Okay.
Okay,
So
but does the voice become louder or mellower?
my voice actually becomes better. Believe me, my voice
Yes, yes,
actually
yes.
becomes better and in tune.
Mhm,
And next time around, if we were to meet,
mhm.
I'll sing out.
Yes.
I'll do
No,
that.
no.
So
That yes, is that.
this is something like it's such a relief. It's such a release.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a big release. So these are things they come in, and if you wouldn't have enjoyed life,
Yeah. Huh.
and if you wouldn't have been sensitive to your environment, to your
Mhm,
neighborhood, your
mhm,
people, to
mhm.
people around you, probably you'll miss out life.
Miss out the adventure.
Yeah, you
You
find the adventure. Yes, yes, yes.
miss out
the
on
the real purpose of life, the
yes.
adventure.
करियर ठीक है, अपना घर हो गया, गाड़ी हो गया, सब कुछ हो गया, ठीक
Ha,
है,
ha.
एक्सेप्ट उसके आगे क्या है? आई मीन वेयर इज द एंड? टुडे
Ah,
टुडे आई डोंट फैंसी अ पेंटहाउस, आई डोंट
yeah.
फैंसी अ BMW. ओके, आई एम कंटेंट जो कुछ भी है, बस God has been kind, everything is fine. Okay. So, but then how to make myself, end of the day, I'm accountable to myself.
Your
End,
wanderlust.
Hanji,
Your wanderlust.
Wanderlust. Yes.
I am. I,
Wanderlust.
I am.
Ah.
Absolutely.
Not the other lust, it's wanderlust.
No, no. There are
Ah.
other past as well. I mean, I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be all of that. So, वो तो human थोड़ी बहुत तो होनी चाहिए. So that is also there. But that is restricted, and that is restricted in the four walls of the house. I don't take it outside. So, so
But
that is
wanderlust, कुछ wanderlust का बताइए.
wanderlust. Yeah. Now coming to that, I would actually love to next time around. I would actually love to take you on a tour of Northeast on this.
Aha.
I will work on this today. Today, much preparation hasn't gone into this. It was impromptu kind of. So
Mhm.
it is about knowing each other, and that's how it was. But I'll tell you, Next time around, I'll take you on a tour, a virtual tour of the places. And it was like this. Years back,
Mm,
so I was appearing for my class 10 board exams.
mhm,
And usually the board exams are around Holi, around
mm,
that time, March, April, around Holi.
mhm.
Okay. So I used to be doing trekking and mountaineering since then.
Oh, oh my God. Mm,
Since then. Sandakfu and places all across the eastern Himalayas, and later on,
uh-huh,
we used to do that. So there was this gang, there was this team.
uh-huh,
They were around the corner. It was Holi. They were around the corner. They were packing up their rucksack and things. I
uh-huh.
simply asked them, where to? They said, we are going to Namche Bazaar. Namche Bazaar is Everest Base Camp.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We are going to Namche Bazaar.
Mm,
Then one of them just asked me in Bengali,
mm,
তুই কি যাবি? And
mhm,
I said,
Exam time.
I said, যাবো.
mhm.
I I joined them. From Howrah station, I called up my parents. Those days, you have those landlines. You
Landline. Hello, hello, hello.
hello, hello, and all that. I called up my parents. I said, I'm off to this thing. I'm on a trek.
Namche Bazaar. Uh-huh.
I'll be back after a week or 10 days. And that's
Uh,
about it. I hung the phone and I
uh,
pushed off.
uh,
We did Damche Bazaar, came back. And when I entered home, my father caught hold of me.
uh-huh,
And what he did was, he took hold of a scissor
uh-huh.
और उसने मेरे सारे बाल वो
Oh my God.
गज्जा बना दे.
He
इधर
made
उधर.
you like this.
Yeah, he made me like that, and he said, now you go out, wherever you wish to go, you go out.
Uh-huh.
So मैं भी क्या करूँ? So I went inside the washroom, closed the door. I took out his razor and I did a decent job, in the sense that at least उठा तो ले, तो सही तो देखे. When I went out after that, my friend asked me, "Hey, what's wrong? Why is this?" Said, "नहीं, in Bengali, I told them that it's শ্রাদ্ধ হয়ে গেছে." কার শ্রাদ্ধ? And then I said, ওই আমার শ্রাদ্ধ.
Uh-huh. It's making the best out of everything. Right. And did you go finally reach Namche Bazaar then?
No, no, we came back, we came
Acha.
back.
And what, I
Was
mean, in those times, it must have been
it
quite primitive
was
in,
a,
in hunter shoes, wearing
but
hunter shoes. Uh,
but those days, I tell you, it was one of the toughest, yes.
yes,
But after I came back, Annapurna Base Camp is tougher than Namche Bazaar. Namche
yes,
Bazaar
yes.
is overhyped. Okay.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
Annapurna Base Camp is tougher than that. And
Uh-huh.
there are some very tough trails out here in Northeast. So that's what
Mm,
I wish to, that, ahead, I would love to take you on a trail across
uh-huh.
Northeast. As you said, Wanderlust. Yes, I am.
Uh-huh.
There are stories. There are a lot of stories about my travel diaries. So what I'll
Mhm,
do is, I'll share some of my stories. I'll forward it to you onto your WhatsApp, onto the group,
mhm.
and then we can have yet another meeting where I can regale you all with, all these anecdotes and the
Uh,
pictures and the footages that I have.
But I want to
Okay.
ask you one more thing. What is your favorite spot in the Northeast besides Darjeeling, Sikkim, Bhutan? These are areas which are now, which were at one time
Right,
not known. Huh?
right, right.
Mm.
My favorite place in Northeast is Eastern Arunachal, Anini. There is
Oh,
this
yes.
place called Anini. It's it's way beyond. I mean, if
How did you manage to come back?
no, no,
Anini. Okay.
the
I mean,
it's not.
I mean, it's so alluring, boss.
It
Where are you?
is. It is.
It is.
It is one of the most alluring of all places. Eastern
Mm,
Arunachal, Anini. Any day, my favorite place. Any day. I
mm,
mean, the lakes, the waterfalls,
mhm. The waterfalls.
It's breaking up a little bit.
I think it's the Remal working again.
The right word. If you actually be there in Anini when you go around the place,
Mhm.
the right word. Pardon me for saying so. The right word is it's
Ah, ah. I think
Not
there's
here, it
something.
is getting off. Hello?
Hello, what is the right word?
soaking in,
I think his connectivity is moving
soaking
away.
in the
Yeah, no.
shade
I think the
Oh,
connectivity is
and
moving
the
away.
mist all around. It's something out of the world. It is orgasmic. I tell you,
it is like
it
paradise. They say it is this, it is this, it is this.
it is as as
Jahir,
well. It is. What was it?
agar firdaus baru zami as
Please.
aminas.
Haminas. Yes, it is.
If those
Absolutely.
guys didn't go there, they would have been flawed.
Mm.
They would have been sold. They would have been sold.
Uh,
Uh, you see, you can't compare actually. Sikkim has its own beauty, Bhutan has its own. You
mm,
can't compare places. I don't do
no.
that. Place has its own, something to offer all but there are some pockets. It's simply wonderful. I mean, you lose yourself. You
Mm-hmm,
simply to the charm
mm-hmm,
and wonderful that is. But another thing that I am ever mesmerized,
mm,
I never ever get tired.
mm-hmm,
Two things, of course, in Northeast. I never ever get tired, and it's like washing my face,
Mm.
like this place Kaziranga.
mm-hmm,
Washing my face. God knows how many times I've been there. I've lost count.
mm-hmm.
Every time, every time around, every year, starting from November till the middle of summer, till May,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that place looks so different each time when I enter the park. I
Yes.
mean, it is something I can't get over, and I never get tired.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing is about the river that flows through the heart of Assam, Brahmaputra.
Mm-hmm.
So when it enters through Arunachal from this
Mm-hmm.
gorge in Namche Barwa. That's a place. It's the highest gorge in the world, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
where
Yes.
Chinese are now, around the bend, they're trying to build a dam.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yes. Yes.
that's a story. But it's the highest gorge in the world. It enters through that gorge called Namche Barwa and it enters Arunachal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's known as Siang.
Yes,
And
Jan.
Siang, it has drops of about 15, 20, 25, 30 meters. And
Mm-hmm.
it's wild and then it comes down to this place called Pasighat from where it flows down onto a place where it is joined by Dibang and Lohit, three
Mm-hmm.
rivers. And at that junction,
Mm.
it
Mm-hmm.
is 19 kilometers wide. There's
Oh
a
my
big
God.
can't beat it. It flows down to Dibrugarh where it is 4.7 kilometer wide. You can't see the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the river as you go about right up to Guwahati and beyond, and when it enters
Mm-hmm.
Bangladesh,
Mm-hmm. Then it becomes a sea.
then it becomes a sea. It has a character. I mean,
Yes.
you never cease to be tired of being on the shores of the river at
Yes.
any point in time, under any season, any climate. I mean, these are two things that has deeply affected me. I mean, it has deeply affected me. The way I
Uh,
am, as in
uh-huh.
course, um, as in the way I am. It has
Uh-huh.
deeply affected me. I mean, it does.
So,
It
see,
hasn't.
I've been to Manipur and Nagaland, and I found it extremely enchanting. Manipur, I had the privilege of spending 1 month.
Oh, lovely. Where were you in Manipur?
Kanchipur, I was in Kanchipur.
Okay, okay. Manipur, the irony is that, it's one of the most beautiful of all the valleys. in the Northeast.
Unfortunately,
But now, unfortunately, because of
unfortunately,
war,
yeah.
it has gone beyond any sort of settlement of sorts.
Yes,
It has,
I weep very often to
it has
listen
gone
to these
beyond.
stories, huh?
It,
Because
those are,
Mr. Kaustubh, what
yeah.
I was really amazed was that we used to drink
Uh,
tea early in the morning at a chai shop,
uh,
very
mm.
whatever language we used to speak, and sure of 4 o'clock in the evening it used to turn into a bar with the shaba, with the
Connectivity,
shaba.
connectivity is bad.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The sun sets faster there,
Uh,
sunrise and sunset, huh? And one day our instructor sent us. He says, "मुझे यहाँ पे local cheese देखनी है, this and that." So we went to a village. I mean, I appreciated the. I mean, we were strangers. Huh?
uh,
They gave us 5-liter cans
uh.
of heady brew,
Okay.
real heady brew, and it was so heady that tasting it, we slept in the cave. God, I mean, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful experience. There was a simplicity. There was so many things that they
So yes,
also told us that time. See, don't treat us like this. Don't treat us like that. We
correct.
are nice people. We're educated people. We don't want to
No,
be.
what I, the other day, I have a very close Manipuri friend who is into travel. He's based out of Noida. He divides his time between Noida and the Northeast,
Mhm.
Mm.
and he's a Manipuri. And presently, he's here in Guwahati. The other day, he was at my place, and we were generally talking about things. What the thing is that what we have been sharing is like this, that Northeast, first and foremost, I told him that let's not use the term Northeast. We are in the
Mm.
northeastern part of India.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a geographical entity. Let's
Mm.
not define ourselves by Northeast. Don't put that tag on yourself that you're from Northeast. Yes, we are from the northeastern part of India, but you are a Manipuri, I'm an Assamese, so and so forth. We belong to one region. This region is actually the eastern Himalayas. If you look at it from
Yes.
Kanchenjunga,
Yes.
Yes.
this is basically
Mm.
eastern Himalayas. Like you have the middle Himalayas, you have the western Himalayas. So this is
Mm.
the eastern Himalayas. So we are basically from the eastern Himalayan states, whether it is Assam, Arunachal, Meghalaya, Manipur, Nagaland, you name it. So we are part of the
Mm.
eastern Himalayas.
Mm.
And we happen to be in the northeastern part of the country. That's all.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, so let's redefine the whole thing. Number one, let's redefine this thing. Number two, the thing is that you see here, it's about the living heritage. The way people have been over the years, over the ages. You go to this river island in Assam called Majuli, you'd be amazed at how life it has been over the years. The essence of Assam is there in that river island.
Mhm.
You go to any other places, like you mentioned about your experience in Manipur, you must
Mhm.
have noticed that it is, there is the heritage is about the way the life goes on.
Mhm.
It's the way life is, and that's
Mhm.
what the heritage is. Here,
Mhm.
the heritage is not about a sculpture in stone. It's not
Mhm.
about that. It's not about a relic or about a monument.
Mhm.
Yes, there are relics, there
Mm.
are monuments, there are temples,
Mhm.
there are temples, there are old gurdwaras as established by Guru Tegh Bahadur.
Mhm.
There are mazars,
Yes.
ancient ones. There are there, but then the heritage is the way people live in a
Yes.
village and different communities, mind you. All that you get to hear about, all that you get to see as things are reported in
Mhm.
Northeast is not quite actually the real picture.
No. No.
Here, people coexist even
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
The oldest, you'll be surprised that one of the oldest, if not the oldest inhabitants of Guwahati city, as it has
Mhm.
become now.
Yes.
But Guwahati those days used to be centered around a very small area by the river. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
One of the oldest residents of Guwahati are the Bengalis, not
Yes.
Assamese.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
They are the
The
Bengalis.
the the great what do you call province? I mean, province of Bengal.
They, they,
And
they,
the
they are
Bengal
Bengalis.
residency. It all came under the Bengal residency.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Later on, anyway, those were how the Brits, they worked on the maps and how they worked on the administration, how they worked on things. That's a separate topic altogether. Let's not get into all of that and digress. But
Mhm.
here the charm is in the way people, lead their life, day to day
Mhm.
life. You take a drive from Guwahati, 30 kilometers east, west, north, south. You will come across a place that will take away from you the entire thing about a city. It'll take away the sound,
Mm.
sight, smell, and
City,
it'll
yeah.
infuse in you
Yes.
something so fresh
Uh,
that you will come back rejuvenated.
yes.
And that's
Mm.
You're right.
it still exists. And as I said, coming back to where I started, you see, life has to have a purpose, life has to have a meaning, you have to achieve something, yes. But if you are not having anything as an interest that
Yes.
that sustains you, that tempers you, that that cools you down.
Mhm.
Nowadays the most important thing is, I mean, what is it that would cool you down? Because
Mhm.
nowadays, it's always, people are generally, the temper is always high, people go ballistic, and people are easily tempted to, you know to go at each other's throat. That's what
না
people are
রং
doing.
পেইন্ট লগাই
That's
দে
what
রং
that,
লগাই
that,
দিলে বস্তুটো
we are getting to see.
যাব
Okay, but
ওটাই
if we would have
Mhm.
had music, if we would have had arts,
এখানে
if
তো
we
বসে
would have had games, if we would have had the urge, the passion to, reach out, travel, these are the things that
কিবা
would take
ইস্কি নামৰ
away
বস্তু এটা
all that
লাগে
negativity which
Mhm.
is floating around you. It'll take things away, and it'll give you a much better meaning and purpose to one's life. So pastimes, hobbies are as important as your curricula.
Uh-huh.
It's not extracurricular, it's co-curricular.
Yes.
It is
And and
and these are the things that one needs to inculcate. It could be anything. It could be cooking, it could be, traveling, it could be writing. No matter what you write,
Mm.
it's just about that. It could be singing out loud, doesn't matter. It could be playing something, it could be about a game, it could be about a contact sport. The list is endless.
yes, it is. It
But
is.
you need to take that thing, the energy that you have within you need to take it out.
Yes. Yes. Undoubtedly.
That's about
And
all.
I
So
just
I
wanted to
think,
share something with you.
yeah,
One of the
yeah,
happiest memories I have of Assam is when I was on board the Assam Mail. Huh?
ah,
And after it crossed Guwahati, it got into a station called Lumding.
yes.
Lumding. Mm.
Lumding, there
Hmm.
you were getting fresh fish fried. They used to fry it with you, and you could walk with the train. The train was, it was single track, broad gauge, single track, or maybe single, what do you call it, small track. But
Ah,
you could walk with the, and you can eat that and tamul.
yeah,
Huh? So these are small things, very
small pleasures,
but
small
they are
pleasures.
etched in your mind. I really, and the fish was really
It's,
nice.
it's always these small little things that affect you more
Uh,
than, the larger picture. As people talk about the larger
uh,
picture, but there's no larger picture. It's these small
mm,
little things that
mm,
make up
mm,
and make up and lead you and nurture you. The small little things in life, these are the things that remains tucked in your memory, and these are the things that console you as and when,
uh.
as in remembrance, as in your memory. I mean, these are the
Yeah,
things
and one
that
more thing I want to share with you, sir, Mr. Kaustubh, is
please,
I
please.
had in those 78, I got access into Burma, More,
Okay,
Tamu, huh?
okay. Ah,
And I think they wanted some money. I said, I'm a student, sorry, I can't give you money. But what's your problem? Huh? So he said, I have a bad stomach.
okay.
I said, I have Mexaform.
Ah,
Mexaform used to be four rupees.
ah.
4 rupees was the princely sum. So I walked back 4 kilometers, got his Mexaform, gave it to him, and he gave me entry.
এখানে
Oh.
So,
Wonderful, wonderful,
so the sense of barter had been instilled there.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It actually still exists in most of the places in the border towns even
Yeah.
today. I mean,
Yes.
Arunachal has a barter with Bhutan, and
Mm,
they have a barter with Tibet in
mm,
certain areas. They have a barter,
mm,
ongoing barter.
mm,
I mean, all these places. Manipur has one with Burma,
mm.
Myanmar. Nagaland has this. The same thing. Uh,
Yeah.
it's
It's full of vibrant people. You won't believe it. There was a lady from Tamil Nadu who was going to Burma just to, with soap and all kinds of things trading. And every point they stopped the bus, she had to shell out some mullah.
okay. Uh,
So we used to call her the RBI, the Bank of India.
uh,
So this thing. Then you have a whole conglomeration of Sikhs, Punjabis,
yes.
and Madrasis, all kinds of Nepalese there
Uh, hmm,
in Burma. It's a beautiful culture. Beautiful
hmm.
culture.
No,
Mm.
actually, Burma, you see, you'd be surprised that Burma, there used to be a huge population of Sikhs,
Uh-huh.
Tamils, and Bengalis.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-independence, pre-World War II, there used to be a huge population.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, they remained. Some, very small section of them, they remained. Rest of them, they migrated. Most of them, they came to Assam.
Mm-hmm.
Even today, in uh, Upper Assam, which is the eastern part of Assam, where you have the plantations and all. So there
Mm-hmm.
are very old, Sikh families. They settled here. They
Mm-hmm.
adopted to this place,
Mm-hmm.
and they all have that Burma connect. And
Mm-hmm.
Tamilians are still there. I mean, they are holding fort, and
Mm-hmm.
they are astute as a business. They are holding fort out there. They have moved ahead onto Malaysia and places, so they are there. Bengalis have migrated back mostly. Uh, they have come back
Yeah, yeah.
either to Bangladesh or to this part, and mostly to Assam and West Bengal, present day West Bengal. So quite a large chunk of them into Assam and Bangladesh. They came back into Tripura. So they came back. They had to, like most of the Sikhs, but quite a chunk of Tamilians are still there. Quite,
Yes, yes, yes.
they're still
They
there.
are.
And when you travel and when you move across boundaries,
Uh-huh.
you at one point in time then you realize that these boundaries, are they at all boundaries, or are they fake, or are they a kind of a line being drawn just to fool us?
Yes, that is that
because
food.
because
Yeah.
when you as you shared your experience, I would say, when you travel across, you move across the border with 4 maxoform, you entered Burma. So where was the border? You tell me. It was give and take. Well, I'm suffering. You help me out, and you come in.
Okay.
There are no issues altogether. It's only when,
Sorry.
only when the state and the authorities they come in, they
Yes, that is
complicate
when
matters.
Hmm.
They
No,
complicate
the,
matters.
the human
Otherwise,
politicize.
fact. It was the human factor.
Mm.
Both
absolutely.
sides.
No, no. You tell me, in this whole world,
Uh,
is there a patch of land in
uh,
this entire world? Is there a patch of land
uh,
where different hordes of people
uh,
didn't cross over or
uh,
didn't ride over it on their horses?
mhm.
Is there a patch of land in the entire world? That is history. You
Mm.
know, you can't today. You can't, like what is happening right now all over the globe, all over the world, in
Mhm.
Middle East and all. But show me a place. I mean, is there a place marked for you as your kind of a birthright?
No.
It's not. ऐसा कभी हो नहीं सकता. It cannot be. You have adapted to a place. Somebody else has also adapted to that place. You coexist. You can't say this is mine and this is not
Mm.
yours.
Mm.
There are hordes of people. They cross borders out here in Assam.
Mhm.
It's a, I mean, a political statement. But then
Mhm.
out here in Assam, there are hordes of people who come across from the border from a different country. They come, they settle here, they work, and they adapt. They adapt. All of a sudden, different groups, different people, they
Hey.
tend to get back at them. Now, my thing is that what is your problem? How are they harming? How are they harming?
Sangita. Uh, yes,
How
yes, yes.
exactly are they harming you? Are they harming you? Now you would say,
No,
oh,
they're not harming me. Not harming me anyway.
no, they're not harming anyone for that
Uh,
matter.
mm,
आज आप देख लो
uh,
in UK,
uh,
in UK, the
yes,
best of the restaurants in London are run by Bangladeshis because no
yes.
one can match them.
No,
No one can match them
no would get matched then.
in terms of their skills.
Mm,
Now, if Shonak and the rest of the gang in Tory or your liberals, if they decide that okay,
uh,
fine, we'll get rid of them, they'll be at a loss
yes.
because these people they move out,
Mm-hmm,
they'll have nothing to enjoy and eat.
mm-hmm,
Simple. So it's global. This phenomena is global.
mm-hmm,
In the United States, they couldn't with all their might, they couldn't stop the Latin Americans from coming in and residing in the streets of New York. They couldn't do it. And they're contributing. They're not stealing your food. They're not begging. They are
mm-hmm.
working. They're contributing.
Mm.
Yeah. I know, I thought, I know, I was the thing is coming in, but now it's another 1 minute. We can wind up and definitely meet up next time.
I
So,
may not be in tune
cost,
with most of
cost of
them.
the, but
Hmm.
I mean, it's been wonderful listening to you and meeting
Lovely,
you
lovely.
and Brindaji. And
Mm.
this is not the first and the last time we meet. We keep on meeting.
We will.
It's like
We
बार
will.
बार देखो हजार बार देखो
Exactly.
Sure.
ये देखने की चीज है. One of the oldest songs, Sali Ho.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was shot in Calcutta only, this movie. Which one?
Yeah, yeah,
Professor.
yeah. Professor Calcutta,
Professor.
Calcutta Day.
Darjeeling, yes.
Uh,
Yeah, honestly,
so
yes.
it was a film city at one time. Bombay became
Hmm.
later. So
Okay,
there's
okay.
so much to Calcutta, there's so much to Bengal, which, I mean, it's
Uh, no, yeah,
unfathomable.
actually, if you look at it, there is so much to each and every place until and unless we spoil it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that is a thing.
Ah,
That
there's
is a
so much
thing.
to every place. I mean,
Mhm.
it's us who we end up spoiling the place. It's
Yeah,
otherwise
yes,
there's so much to each and every place.
yes,
I grew up in Calcutta, so I have my emotions there. That's a different issue.
yes,
But I'm
yes,
not
yes.
going to run down anyone else who has his emotions about a different place. I mean, I can't
Uh,
Hmm.
do that.
uh,
So it's all fine. So it was wonderful. So this
thank
is
you.
just the beginning. We will carry on ahead
Yes,
and
this is ये पहला एपिसोड है. इसके बाद भी दूसरे एपिसोड होंगे.
and Zarur, Zarur.
Well,
Yes.
I thank you both of you for being there and being so candid and listening to my talk also. It's so nice. I've also stayed in the east. Of course, I do find the east alluring.
You
And
come over once.
मैं फिर से
Come over.
I don't know. Kolkata I left in 79, 80.
No, no,
After that,
you come to northeastern. You come to northeast. You come to Guwahati. I'll take you around Arunachal. You come.
I'll definitely. I spent some
Come.
I
time in Darjeeling. I loved Sikkim
Yeah.
because I stayed in a
In
hotel.
fact, Mr. Ali, I would like to actually vouch for Mr. Kaustubh because he actually curated my our trip together. It was a kind of a vacation, but it was wonderful going off to the Kaziranga and Tawang just
Oh my,
recently.
oh my God! Did you meet the rhinos and the elephants
Yeah,
and the
lots
tiger?
of rhinos,
I'll share the
elephants,
pictures. I'll share the
And
and
pictures. I'll upload.
which season was this? Winter?
No, no,
no,
this
no,
was
just recently, just
just about
I
recently.
think, yeah,
Summer.
yeah.
Summer.
It 8th of May we went, and I think we came back on the 16th.
So it was nice. I mean, it was a
It
good
was in the
period.
summer, but it was lovely. It was lovely.
Uh,
Awesome, awesome.
I'll share the pictures. I'll share the
Yes,
so did you go by road or did you fly there to Guwahati?
road. I was
road,
driving.
road by road.
Arey,
Right,
but
right.
it's arey, all the best. Yeah, I mean that's really going through the Tarai, the Jalpaiguri, Siliguri,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lovely,
Ah,
lovely.
Coachbihar, Kalchini, lovely areas, and then
Lovely, lovely.
crossing the bridge. Uh,
Hmm.
and
Wonderful.
yeah, so again, thank you so much, Mr. Kaustubh. It's been
Most
ah.
welcome. It
Yes,
was
Mr. Ali.
a pleasure, my pleasure, having met you all and having shared certain things,
uh,
good, bad, and
uh,
everything. So it was my pleasure. Wonderful. We are
Yes.
going to meet again,
uh,
and we are going to take this forward. Okay.
okay,
Yes, yes,
okay,
sure.
yeah. Bye bye, bye
Okay,
bye.
bye,
Take
bye.
care,
Take
bye
care.
bye.
Yeah.
Take care, take
Bye.
care. Thank you.